Oh. Oh, hey, Skrongle. Oh, about falling asleep here. Oh. I could not get to sleep last night. Spencer? How you doing? I hope you're doing alright. Oh. Been here for... just sat here like an hour. Just... trying to think. It's quite difficult to think when you're half asleep. I swear to God, when I get back, I'm going straight back to sleep. Oh, what a night. What a night. Oh. You know, this will be the first time since we've all been here that Arthur won't be here to see us off. It sucks. It really does. I miss him. And the funny thing is, you know, I don't know Arthur personally, obviously. You know, we've exchanged pleasantries and stuff. We've briefly talked, but you know, it's Arthur. Oh, hey, Donnan. Yeah, I guess we've just gotta hope, but I just hope that it's, you know, that it amounts to something, but I have faith. I've always had faith in Cynthia, you guys know that. Oh, hey, Marielle, how you doing? How'd you sleep? Oh, better than me, probably. Oh, Scrungle. Sucks for you. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, been better. I can imagine that's definitely the general consensus. It's always the hardest part, this. Having to just sit here and wait. Waiting to leave for another 10 months. And it's even worse this time because we're leaving not knowing what the hell is going to happen to Arthur over the next 10 months. And there is nothing we can do for him. But no, we've just got to go slinging back off to the human world and just, you know, get on with our lives like nothing happens. Yeah, I wish that too, Spencer, honestly. Yeah, I admire you, Mario, for staying behind in the Seven Kingdoms with Hamaru, but you guys tend to get a lot done, it seems. I can't really afford that luxury. Honestly, it's a good job that I have other stuff going on in the human world, because otherwise I think I'd go mad from this. Like, how do you go through this and then just go back? I don't know how Arthur does it, or well, how he did it in his youth. How can you go through all of this incredible adventure filled with magic and wander beyond our wildest dreams and then just go back to the human world, which is so dull and boring by comparison? How could you go back from that? Yeah, I suppose you do have a point, Donan. It won't be the last time, you're right. We'll be back. Just doesn't feel the same without him. Yeah, you know what, Skongul, you are right about that. It's definitely good practice and a good sign of, you know, who we are as imaginative and creative people and stuff, that we see wonder in such everyday things. Very similar to Arthur. I mean, in fairness, it is nice to sit here and, you know, just soak up. Just sit here in the transit hall and just soak up the wonder. If there was going to be a location, obviously, that we have to be in before we go home, it's definitely one of the better options. We got the giant leaves, and the telescope, obviously. Just looking at this thing is, it's a thing of beauty. It just doesn't feel the same. without him. I think we all could do with some rest when we get back. I tell you what, it would be really nice if the 10th moon actually, like I said, fell on the same day every year. Because then I could just, make sure I've got nothing going on. But I've got a stream later. Spent all night fighting Ghost Dance with you lot, and now I've got to go back and stream tonight. But, you know what they say, no rest for the wicked and all that. But we mustn't try and be too negative. I mean, we did it. We returned, and, Cynthia gave us another job to do, and we did it. Successfully. A few scrapes here and there, obviously, but we did it. We got the soul metal, and I don't know what Cynthia's planning, but I trust her. She's the goddess of the forest. She knows what she's doing. And whatever the future holds, as long as we stick together, we'll be okay. Right? I tell you what, the one thing I actually did, one piece of technology I did actually bring with me on this adventure was actually my Fitbit watch. I've got a little you got a little watch, just like Arthur had. And right you are, Donnan. It is noon. It's time. Well, my fellow defenders, it's been an honor to fight beside you all once again. And now we must depart, but we'll be back. So, yeah, that's right. We're a team. Forever and always. Farewell, Minimoys. Until we meet again. See you in 10 moons! Yes! Oh, we're back. We made it. Oh, and I would say, yes, we did, Venture. And I would say it is a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday, but it really isn't. That's living in the UK for you. The weather's always absolutely shocking around this time of year. Oh, I tell you what, it's one of the most disorientating. It's more disorientating than using disorienting. Sorry, I always get that wrong. It's disorienting. But it's definitely more disorienting to use the telescope and be pretty much teleported back to your home the minute you reach the end of the telescope, rather than teleporting with the moon gate. It's a pretty depressing Wednesday, actually. Yeah, you're not wrong, Skongler. It's probably not the nicest weather over there either. Although it did seem like a pretty clear night over there last night. So, I don't know. But we made it. We're all okay. Some of us injured. But we're all okay. We're all alive. And, you know, things may seem dire, but they'll be okay. And in 10 months, we'll be back. I don't know if things will be better, but we are the defenders of the Seven Kingdoms, and as long as we stick together, I think things will be alright. And like I said, things may seem dire, but we did have one hell of an adventure last night. We went somewhere we've never gone before. We saw things that we've definitely never seen before. And it was certainly one hell of an adventure. Yeah, I'll have to stay for 10 months. I kind of wish I could, but I have responsibilities here. Oh, to be free to stay for 10 moons. But everyone, with that, you know, all good things must come to an end, and this year's 10th moon has come to an end. And what an adventure it's been. And I'll count every second, Spencer. Oh, it feels weird being human again after going through such strenuous activities, you know, as a mini-moy and in a mini-moy body. But I think we all deserve a decent bit of rest after everything we've been through over the past 24 hours. I understood that reference, Skrongle. Yes, rest is definitely something that's high on my priority list at the minute. Rest, maybe some breakfast. This is earlier than I'm usually up. Honestly, you never would have thought that going to a whole other magical world would put a pep in your step. It's not really the right phrase. Wake you the fuck up is probably more the phrase. Yeah, probably same, Spencer, honestly. But everyone, you know, all good things must come to an end, and now it is time for us to return to our normal lives, I guess. Well, apart from the people that stayed behind, obviously. But I hope they're safe and they remain safe. But it's gonna be difficult. It really is. Yeah, more being a boring human. I mean, in fairness, I think we're all pretty unique humans. Excuse me. It's gonna be difficult. Going back to our regular lives after everything we've seen again. Like I was saying, like, how do you go back? But I think it's, you know, it definitely helps that this wasn't the last time. We will be going back, and things may seem dire, but again, I think it's time for us to step up and be heroes, which is, you know, it's sort of the dream, isn't it? You know, it is stressful. A good man once said that when he dreamed of being a hero, there was no such thing as fear and no such thing as loss, but those are, of course, natural parts of life, and the life of a hero especially. But like I always say, if we stick together, I think we'll be okay. And Cynthia has some sort of plan. We have the goddess of the forest on our side. She is... I don't know what Cynthia's planning. I don't know what the stuff I saw in my dream meant. But she has some sort of plan. And hopefully by next time we'll have more answers, and the path forward will be clearer than it is right now. Excuse me. Oh yeah, speaking of, I did bag some of those mini bite-sized Bellicorns. I still had the bag. Again, I'm gonna find a chef and try and reverse engineer these. But, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining me on this adventure once again. It's been an absolute blast. It was a joy and an honor and a great adventure to head into to ride ants across the Seven Kingdoms and head into an ant mine and fight ghost ants with all of you. It was definitely one of the more interesting adventures we've all been on together, but it's been an honor to fight alongside all of you once again, and I guess all we can do now is keep our fingers crossed that everything is going to be okay. And I'm sure it will be. You know, I've always been an optimistic person. So I think we just need to keep our fingers crossed that everything will be okay. So I think we all need to go and get a decent bit of rest. I'm going to go, yeah, let's we'll pray for Arthur. But he's, you know, he's a tough guy. I'm sure, you know that. I think he's gonna be all right. Maybe, you know, he won't be back in the fight for a while, but you know, he's okay. He's just out of the fight. So it's up to us. It's up to us, the defenders of the Seven Kingdoms. It's time for us to do our job. But I really hope you all enjoyed this adventure as much as I did. This was definitely an interesting one and a really fun one. I really enjoyed it. As per usual, you know, I definitely wouldn't say no to a relaxing visit to the Seven Kingdoms, but I won't say no to an exhilarating adventure either. But, I thank you all for joining me on this adventure as per usual. Stay safe, all of you out there. Get some rest. We all deserve it. And I will see you on another adventure, hopefully very soon. Goodbye, everyone. Stay safe out there, and happy 10th moon.